Cambodia, what a place! I'm on the final leg of my journey through this incredible country, and on this last venture, I head back into the jungles in search of wildlife, specifically gibbons, under the expert guidance of some local legends. Let's do it. How good is that? So I've just arrived at the Jahoo Camp here in Mondulkiri in Cambodia, and this is arguably the best place to see wildlife anywhere in the country. Jahoo is actually a research station that does a lot of work with the wildlife in the surrounding Khao Sama Wildlife Sanctuary, which is this jungle and forest that surrounds us here. But they also do an ecotourism project where people can come and visit, which is what I'm doing today. Well, not just today, I'm actually going to be here for 2 nights, 3 days, and I will confess, this is the most expensive activity that I am doing on my trip here in Cambodia. It isn't necessarily the cheapest place to stay, but I think the payoff of being able to see so much amazing wildlife, go out there and explore the jungle, I think it's going to be worth it. But also this place is super schmick. Like nearly every building is made of bamboo. Like how cool is this setup, man? This is the main meal area and you can literally just sit in these chairs looking out at the jungle. I've already seen macaques rustling around, a hornbill or 2 fly over, and I think they've just finished preparing my room, so I'll go show you that. Now my guides that are going to be taking me around the forest today are local Bunong people, so the indigenous people that live in this part of Cambodia, and their knowledge of the forest is just unparalleled, absolutely insane. So I'm really keen to get out there, learn a bit about this forest, the wildlife from them firsthand. Alright, so we're just heading out into the jungle now with my guides, Ne and Nom. These guys are going to tell me everything they know about this forest, yeah? Mate, these guys have such an eye. They've been telling me about the uses of the bamboo, and we just stopped by this bit of bamboo, and there is a tiny little insect-eating bat inside. So this one here is the culprit, the Theobald's tomb bat. So I've just swapped out to the GoPro for the vlogging part. One of the hardest things about combining vlogging with wildlife is sorting your cameras out, and the jungle is just alive with birdsong. I'd love to be able to capture some. That is not going to happen with a wide lens, so we'll chuck the Big Daddy on and see if we can find some birds. The guys just spotted a lantern bug, and that is a wild looking bug. How amazing are these bamboo groves, man? One of the fastest growing plants in the world. So this bamboo here is about 1 year old, and it's already like, I don't know, 10 meters high. So that's the ginger there. So this is the wild ginger. We're going to be making this into a soup later. How crazy is that? Further on in our walk. We're also collecting some rattan behind us here. So literally gathering, ingredients and things from the jungle. Let's give it a go.
Spicy a little bit.
It's spicy? Okay. I like spicy, it's okay.
A little bit not strong.
Definitely ginger, but like not as sweet, and it's more fibrous. Well, here we go. Got the rattan.
Ready.
Ready?
Yeah.
That's the part we want, yeah? So this spot here is normally full of water, actually a little waterfall running as well. Because it is the very end of the dry season, there is no water to be seen. But I think this is where we're going to make a little stop, and the guys have been collecting more and more things along the way. See what the plan is. So preparations are well underway for our lunch out here in the jungle. We've got the fire going, the guys are preparing the rattan and the ginger that they collected earlier. So we've got a nice big bag full of vegetables. We've got the bamboo. I'm really interested to see how they're going to utilize these big pieces of bamboo. I think the food is going to be cooked inside. So all of our ingredients have gone into the bamboo, and it's just literally propped up here in the fire, I'm guessing till it comes to the boil, and it's gonna make soup. Everything's in there. That's so cool. Well, I'm excited to try Bunong food for the first time. Or Bunong methods of cooking. Oh, it smells good. It does smell good. It's hard to articulate what these sorts of experiences mean to me while I'm traveling. You know, they're just so wholesome. Spending time with people, getting to learn about them and, you know, their culture and their way of life. I kind of chase these sorts of experiences because there's a feeling that they give me is just like, you know, it sounds really cliche, but it's like in the soul, man, or it's like right in here. And it's hard not to just feel the strongest sense of happiness when you're in places like this. You know, I love it. I live for it. I encourage as many of you guys to get out and do these sorts of things as possible as well. You know, this is my hope in making these videos, to inspire you to go off the beaten path a little bit. You know, this isn't an experience that a lot of people are doing as far as I'm aware. And so far, it's been very well worth it, and I'm loving every minute of being out here. All right, lunch is ready.
Excellent.
Oh, how good is that? This is our soup, our Bunong soup. That looks and smells so, so good. Thank you so much. Thank you. All right, let's give it a go. Some soup and some rice together. Yum, that's very good. Little bit of chili is perfect.
Yeah.
Very, very delicious. Good job, guys. All right, bellies are full and we're off again. So we've come uphill a fair way since we left the lunch spot, and we're on the lookout for a particular species of primate called the black-shanked Douc's langur. Pretty long name. And with any luck, we'll find a couple in this patch of jungle. So we spotted some Doucs, but they're really high up in the canopy and really fast. They like fly through that canopy. I'm trying to sneak a bit closer to them, but that's easier said than done out here in the forest. We're not exactly quiet. Unfortunately, the langurs have eluded us for now, the Doucs, but with any luck, we'll see some a bit later. This is a really nice time of day in the forest though. It's getting into like early afternoon and a bit more golden light coming through the trees. It's really beautiful, but it has gotten way, way hotter. Really, really hot. Like my shirt's like soaked through. You don't even want to see the back. I really, really would love to see this species. Hey, they are some of the prettiest monkeys you'll ever see. There's a few species and they're only found in Cambodia, Laos, and Vietnam. And to see one in the wild would just be like, oh, that'd be so good. So fingers crossed, we're gonna keep looking. All right, just arrived back at base camp. Time to unwind, chill out for a bit. Unfortunately, didn't have any more luck with those Doucs. A few more like really, really quick sightings, but couldn't get good eyes on them, let alone the camera. So hopefully a bit more luck with that tomorrow. But yeah, now it's just time to chill because the jungle, as amazing as it is, it does take it out of you 100%. So time to relax for a bit now, and then gonna have dinner and then an early night because tomorrow morning we are heading out looking for yellow-cheeked gibbons, and that is the main reason I came here, but that is going to be a super duper early start. So I'll see you then. Good morning, rise and shine. It is 4:22 a.m. This is the commitment you got to make to get out there and go find those gibbons. I did sleep pretty well. There was a thunderstorm rolling through last night, and I got a good reminder of why it's called the rainforest. You know, it was pattering on the roof all night. Still a little bit of rain now, but yeah, it is time to get out there, try and find these gibbons. So let's do it. So we've made our way out into the jungle now. It is still raining, which is a bit of a vibe, I'm not gonna lie. It's actually quite refreshing
And we've kind of made it here to a checkpoint, because you don't just go running out into the jungle looking for the gibbons. It's kind of like trying to find a needle in a haystack. So we kind of wait here for a little while, and hopefully they will start singing, and then we can kind of track them from there. But yeah, for now, me and the team are just kind of hanging out. Bit of a waiting game. And if they don't sing, we will do the needle in a haystack method. The guys, you know, they know the patterns of the gibbons pretty well, so we can kind of lock onto a few locations. Maybe go to some feeding trees and things like that and hopefully find them. But for now, just sitting here in the rain. All right, so we've heard our first call and we're on the move. So we've just found a family of gibbons. There is 5 of them in this group, and they just stopped singing as soon as we arrived, but they sung just long enough for us to be able to lock onto them. And they're kind of spread out a bit in the tallest trees here, and it's just amazing seeing them swing through. They do it so effortlessly. It's called brachiating. They've got no tail, so just using their arms to and hands, you know, elongated hands, elongated arms, just to swing through the canopy like nothing I've ever seen. So whilst I'm here to view the gibbons for the pure joy of the experience, the rest of the team out here are actually taking data and doing a bit of research on them. So, you know, which trees do they prefer to be in? Which trees are they singing in? Which trees are they feeding in? Their GPS coordinates to try and figure out home range. Really, really important information to help protect the species, because these yellow-cheeked gibbons are actually highly, highly endangered, like most gibbons throughout their range throughout Asia. So every little bit of data can go towards preserving this incredible species. And one of the most amazing things about them as well is the male and the female are completely different in color. The male is black with those iconic yellow cheeks. They're also known as the buff-cheeked gibbon. And the female is actually that yellow color basically all over, just with a bit of black around her face. So very, very different color between male and female. Mate, it is so beautiful out here. It is so, so humid. Ridiculously humid. You can like see the humidity in the air, but it just kind of creates more of that vibe. It's so beautiful, so, so beautiful. Just sweating. This is partly rain, partly sweat. So the entire family of 5 had just been up in a fruiting tree above us, all feeding together in the same tree. Just made it back to base camp, and mate, what an unreal morning. You're only allowed to spend 2 hours with the gibbons. That's kind of like best practice, and we made the most of those 2 hours. And I think what makes it so fun doing these sorts of wildlife encounters is the thrill of the hunt, the thrill of the chase. You know, like we weren't just standing there watching the gibbons the whole time. We were like up and down hills, you know, walking across the top of the ridges there, you know. It was slippery, it was muddy, it was absolutely wild. Really, really cool experience. And, you know, I've always had a soft spot for gibbons, and even more so after I volunteered with them in Malaysia in 2019. But then to come out somewhere like here and see that family just, you know, going around, swinging through the trees, and especially at the end there where there was just all 5 of them hanging out in that same tree, that was really, really cool. Super special. So just having a quick break now, and then it's back out into the jungle to try and find these Douc's langurs. I only got fleeting glimpses yesterday, and I'm so, so, so keen to see those guys. So that is the mission of the day, to try and find them and see them a little bit closer than what we did yesterday and get some cool shots. So we've been walking for about an hour now, and I'm not kidding you, we've probably seen dozens of these black-shanked Doucs, but the little buggers won't hold still. I don't think I have ever seen an animal, or at least a primate, that is just so skittish. We just like stood on a twig the wrong way or just murmur something to each other. They're like super in tune to whatever we were doing and would just take off like rockets. So I got a few shaky shots, but even from the ones that I saw like a few hundred meters away, they were literally, you know, staring at you like, what are you doing in my jungle? Super timid species. They are an endangered species that was highly persecuted over the years, you know, for bushmeat and also for traditional medicines and things like that. So they have all right to be nervous, but at least I can say I've seen the black-shanked Douc's langur here in the Cambodian rainforest. And boom, now we're in a hammock. The guys definitely bring along the essentials: food, water, field guide, binoculars, and a hammock for a little siesta towards the end of the day. And now I think it's time just to enjoy my last couple of hours here in the jungle, just, you know, feeling it, enjoying this amazing place, because this is also my second last day in Cambodia. After today, I head back to Phnom Penh and then fly out to my next country, which is crazy. I've been here for nearly a month, and I'm so grateful to have seen so many amazing things, you know, from Angkor Wat, celebrating the Khmer New Year in the most fun way you could possibly imagine, and then getting into the wildlife stuff, you know, not just seeing some of the amazing animals that call Cambodia home, but also meeting the people that are dedicated to protecting them. One of the things that I'm really going to take home with me after this trip is how many amazing people I've met in these communities, how proud they are of their country, how happy they are to share their country with people like me, you know, travelers from overseas, but also just how committed they are to protecting Cambodia's wildlife. I think that's amazing, you know, involving the community in this is just so important on a bigger picture than just protecting wildlife. So that has definitely been a highlight, meeting some of these really passionate individuals. And if any of you were to ask me, do I recommend Cambodia? 100% yes, 1,000,000% yes. Get out here, guys, explore it. You will not regret it for a second. It's a beautiful, incredible country, and it's definitely one that should be on your list of places to visit. And with that, it's time to relax in my hammock. I will see you in the next one.